Here's what I'm thinking. I'm liking skulls, I'm liking smoke, I'm liking flares.
What's up, world? It's your boy Sway from MTV News, here to bring you game number 9, episode 11 of Knifey Lion Radio. I am Jonah. Follow KLR on Twitter if you aren't already, at Knifey Lion Radio is the handle. Joining me via FaceTime audio from Florida is reformed indoor instigator Zach.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Corbin Bone.
Corbin Bone.
Nick from soccer will not be Skyping in. He is too far away on the east side of Cincinnati. And Chad is currently deadlifting a panda bear. This week, voice crack, this week we are forced to recap the beating we took to the Charlotte Independents. We'll do a suddenly relevant edition of Koch Watch. We'll touch on the super classy buildup to Wednesday's Open Cup game, a brief stadium status, and then probably not a chant. Recording this late, I will not wake my children for your entertainment or my own. But the fact that you're joining me here so late, even though you're listening to it the same times you normally do, I proudly welcome you into the quiet John Hark's Cave of Quiet Wonders. And a quick shout out to Diane Schlag for sending me that tweet of you guys doing the John Hark's Cave of Wonders in a tunnel.
Really appreciate it. Put a smile on my face. I don't have anything funny to say.
Zach, you're currently on vacation and you're still want to be a part of the podcast. Do you want to address the situation, let people know how dedicated you truly are?
Yeah, I've got a 2-year-old kid. He's inside alone, unsupervised, crying.
Near a beach.
I'm out here on this outdoor deck. But no, it's fine. There's nothing going on. It's raining.
It's a real CST vibe this week, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm dedicated.
Let's get to the recap. This game was a nice throwback to last season when it felt like we were constantly getting thrashed for road games. Charlotte Independence. The game was super hot. They'll probably use that as an excuse. No excuses.
Starting lineup is pretty much our go-to starting lineup, I guess, except Nazmi is still nursing that rib injury, so he wasn't there. Richie Hoyt Smith, Kanon, Lasso, Richie Ryan, Walker, Bone, Lahoud, Ledesma, Koenig. So you got Ledesma and Koenig playing up top. They're so-called diamonds, the usual 4 at the back.
For this week, I decided to get really professional and jotted some notes as I watched the nightmare unfold. The 5th minute, I don't know if other people noticed or not, Spencer Ritchie forgot how to throw a ball. I think he got caught in between, do I want to throw it long or do I want to throw it short? And he didn't do either and just kind of farted it out there. Almost got chipped. And luckily it landed on top of the goal, but I think that was a nice sign of things to come.
I gave a loud Jesus fucking Christ when that happened. And then they also, I don't know what time that chance was when they had pretty much a free header that went just over the top too. But I will say, I think the first 15 minutes, I thought we were dominating and looked pretty comfortable. We were at a stroll, which we stayed at that stroll pace the entire game. But at the beginning, it looked like we were going to cruise.
Yeah, I thought we were fine to start the game. 21st minute, Ledesma, the man of the moment, had a sweet through ball to unlock Charlotte's defense. Great ball to Koenig. I was getting excited then because Ledesma is still just the man with the plan, knows what he's doing at all times. I wrote down from the 20th minute on that we started getting better looks and actually controlling the ball and making stuff happen more on the front foot, but it did not lead, unfortunately, to a goal.
Right. I think didn't Ledesma had a whiff too. He swung with his right foot. I think completely missed it, which was a good look.
I thought we were looking pretty good, but then in the 38th minute, we give up our first goal of the game, and I think things just kind of started snowballing after that.
Yeah, and that first goal, it looked a lot like other goals we've given away, where like things kind of were moving in slow motion, and you're waiting for someone to close this guy down, and he just turns and buries it. I think that second goal, I don't know which guy on their team got the ball. He dribbled past like 3 guys and then made the pass. I don't know why we didn't close him down either. It was a whole debacle back there.
Plenty of blame to go around. I don't even think I singled out anyone specifically because, the whole game is kind of a cluster. The next goal, because there's a lot of them to get to, in stoppage time of the first half, a shot that got a little bit deflected I think, and Richie was completely flat-footed. Another one, he's been burned by a lot of deflections. I'm not really a goalkeeping expert. Zach, what did you think when you saw that goal?
Yeah, I thought it looked like maybe it took a little deflection, and I think he was blinded by it. There's a lot of traffic there. I don't know. I'm not calling for Spencer Richie's job like a lot of people are. I don't really know how much of those goals he was really to blame for. Everyone's complaining, oh, he was a statue there, but I don't think. I mean, you just see those happen sometimes. Like, he couldn't see the ball, it took a deflection. I couldn't really tell, but there's a reason he didn't dive for it. He's not a chump.
Mercifully, halftime came. At halftime, Jimmy came in for Blake Smith. Blake Smith didn't really seem to bother me in the first half, but maybe it was just more of a tactical thing to get a little more width, which they were desperately lacking in the first half.
True.
But then, even though it had nothing to do with Jimmy making things happen, a nice through ball to Danny Koenig. And he taps it around the keeper and slides it home for a nice goal. I thought we were back, and I had eyes on the W.
Yeah, I thought it was on, too. You know, his touch took it a little wide. I was kind of surprised he was able to finish it, but I thought from that point on, I was like, all right, we're going to turn it up. And we didn't. We stayed on fucking cruise control.
I should mention that Koenig goal was another great ball from Ledesma, so he gets the assist on that and just keeping that train rolling. Yeah, I mean, basically, we don't have to go through every goal, but they had another one in the 57th minute and one in the 87th minute.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. And, like, yeah, it was hot. That's the only excuse that you could give for, like, I know none of us are out there, but we can see what's going on, and it was a complete lack of effort. I don't know why. Why would they look past this game? I know we got this Open Cup game, and the fucking internet is going crazy, but...
Did the players care as much?
Yeah.
Especially
I don't
because
know.
a third of them aren't going to be playing in that game anyway, so they have no excuse, really.
Yeah. It felt like they were jogging. And, like, I don't know. I'm looking at these stats, and our player stats are actually, like, really good. People are going to town on Michael Lahoud that he doesn't have chemistry or whatever, but I felt every other time he's played, I thought he looked great. And then this, I'm looking, he had 92.5 passing accuracy.
Yeah, everyone had amazing passing stats, which I guess maybe that lays to bed how important those numbers are, because it doesn't mean it translates in anything. But
Kenny Walker, 92.5 passing accuracy. Richie Ryan, they were all, especially in that first half, towards the beginning of the game, maybe that's when they got all these passes in. I mean, we were just able to move it around, dink it back and forth, and, like, come up the middle like we want to. But then, like, just like a walking pace. Like, that's all I could say. Like, when we went down, you want to see, like, some urgency, and it just never came. Some of it's on the coach, but, you know, these players, they fucking know.
Well, Koch was wearing shorts, so was he taking the game seriously? I don't know.
Yeah, right? You just roll out of bed.
Well, the duels stat, which I will continue to say I do not fully understand. Kenny Walker, 3 duels won, 10 duels lost. Lahoud, 4-1, 5 lost. Richie Ryan, 3-3. McLaughlin, 1-0. Corbin Bone, 4-4. All the games we've won, that stat's been heavily in our favor, which makes sense, obviously. But let's just say we weren't winning the one-on-one battles based on that random-ass stat that I don't understand. A couple other things from the game. Forrest Lasso got a yellow card, so he's suspended for the next game. Saw him drop an F-bomb. I'm not going to bring up Jesus, but, I mean, Jesus, hello. And
he's watching.
Kanon put an arm to the face of some really obnoxious dude later on in the game, and he got another yellow. He's on 4 now. But we'll call that Classic Kanon. That should probably be a segment, because every week there's a Classic Kanon that I love. And I like the announcer just assumed it was a dive because the guy was flailing so much. They're like, look, he doesn't even... there's the arm to the face. Yeah, but... God love him. I'll say this game felt a little more frustrating than the loss normally might be because of all this build-up for this game on Wednesday. We're getting so hyped up on that, and then we just kind of lay a giant turd. And I know it'll be different players, and they'll get up for this game, but not the momentum I was hoping and praying for.
No. It's really a terrible way to go into this game that has taken on maybe a little more significance than it deserves, really. I mean, I know we want to move on in this U.S. Open Cup, and I'm confident that we will. I think we can really put a hurting on this team, and I hope we do. But yeah, it's a bummer.
But yeah, what are your final thoughts about the game? What can you say? It was a terrible game.
I think we've been playing really well. We had a great week, so I'm just gonna pray to Forrest Lasso's Jesus. This game was just an anomaly.
So this 4-1 thrashing that we endured leads us to this week's edition of Koch Watch. You know, it's getting warmer, Koch. You're off the ice cube. That's your glacier vacation is officially over.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Yeah, I think he's not on the hot seat. It's his first away loss. It definitely sucks, but let's get through Wednesday. If he loses that, then shit's gonna fucking hit the fan. But I think we'll turn it around. It was a depressing game, but I think we'll be all right. And Koch, I'm gonna go ahead and have faith in you, but put on some fucking pants.
Your team took the game as seriously as you took your outfit. Was he still rocking the goatee? I honestly didn't notice.
Yeah, I want to say yes that he was, but I'm not sure. My eyes went straight to his tan legs.
I'll say he still had it too, but I'm not positive. Now we got to move on to Wednesday. Detroit City FC, this past Wednesday, Detroit City FC beat the Michigan Bucks in round 1 of the U.S. Open Cup, meaning FCC will face them on Wednesday at Gettler. Calm down. And while their fans may appear to smell like the lost and found bin at a Food Not Bombs, they're actually a very sophisticated bunch. They know we're slaves to our corporate god. We suckle at the teat of Lord Lindner. But they let you know in a really friendly way, and they also gracefully accepted the small number of tickets they were allotted for the game, and they didn't complain one bit. Zach, what's been your favorite part of the build-up for Detroit City FC?
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. Their humility has been really impressive.
Their
they've
charm.
been really gracious. Their charm, their wit. But to be honest, it's really kind of frustrating because, I mean, you know me, and really what Detroit City claims to be about or wants to be about is directly in line with my viewpoints. I think I've said it on this podcast before, I hate Carl Lindner. What do I usually say? Every time I buy a Gatorade from UDF, I'm giving money to a Trump super PAC.
I've been told he did not give money to Trump, okay? So I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to stick it in my chest pocket and believe that, but go ahead.
It's not direct to Trump, but it is to Republican super PACs who are backing Trump. That's what I've read.
That's
and
possible.
I think Trump showed up to one of his son's weddings or some shit like that. But we see this. I don't know if everyone knows how down we all are in the fucking DIY punk scene. But you see this shit all the time. Everyone thinks their shit doesn't stink. You always want to call somebody out for not being as fucking progressive or fucking noble, whatever. A simple internet search will tell you Detroit City FC is looking for investors to shoot a bunch of money into the team and jump them up to the next league. So it's whatever. When a major label won't sign a band after they've sent all these fucking promos out, so they put it out themselves, are you gonna fucking suck them off? Be oh man, you guys are so fucking DIY and I really respect you. It's no, you're trying and you're trying. It just didn't happen for you.
Yeah.
It's just this attitude from them. I don't know.
Yeah,
blows my mind a little bit.
The general idea behind them is fine, but it just comes across so annoying and humorless at times. We have annoying fans because we have so many fans, not to sound like an asshole, but we have a much wider swath of fans than they do.
Right.
So obviously, even if we have the same percentage of annoying fans, it's going to seem like we have a lot more, but they're an organized niche, their supporters group. It feels like. I'm sure there's some people who hate the Northern Guard, but the fact that we have so many, they're going to be well, look at this douchebag. I'm but your collective groupthink is annoying. Yeah.
We cover the whole spectrum of assholes. There's the you and me assholes, and then there's the other assholes who don't have any thoughts that line up with yours and mine, but we all like the team. They do just have a selective group of supporters, and they're right and we're all wrong, and that's whatever. But their fucking attitude about everything just is such a turnoff. And like I said, it's a bummer because they're a team that I would like to get behind. They're in a different league. I could support them.
They got good uniforms.
Yeah, they're just they just seem like such fucking assholes. They're all smarter than everyone else. And then this whole players not getting paid thing. They think that we don't understand why a player wouldn't play for free. We understand why a player would play for free. We don't understand why your team won't pay them.
Yeah,
I know there's they have some college players and that's whatever, but that's a fucking cop out, man. They say they're growing. They've got 40 to 45% growth every season. They're operating at a profit. I think people who invested in the stadium all got to split $100,000, whatever. I know that's not a lot because there's 500 investors, but either way, money is being made, and the players aren't getting any of it. The players are the ones making the money.
No, you're coming to see the fans.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, they're all fucking want this socialist utopia or whatever, but like the workers aren't getting paid. This is the opposite. Like, if someone wants to explain it to me different, by all means, I'm sure someone's going to Knife You Lion Radio and tell me why I'm an idiot. And by all means, do it. Because like I said, like, they're a team that I would like to support. Like, they got St. Pauli coming. Like, obviously, like, I love everything that St. Pauli is about. And I think Detroit is trying to, like, emulate that model. And I think that's cool, but it's just their fucking self-righteous attitude about it.
Yeah, they don't have a solution, though. Like, just stop following our local team and just to be noble like you. Like, there's not
there's
like,
not
whatever.
a perfect
situation for any of these professional teams.
Like, I'm like, fuck it. We've been gifted this team. They're putting all this money into it. That money didn't get 14,000 people at our home debut. People just wanted to watch the team. They would have watched it no matter what.
I saw them on Twitter. It really annoyed me was they were complaining about the Pride charging $20 to be a member and saying how, like, basically like, how dare you make people pay to be a supporter. To me, it's really stupid because you can support the team in a million ways. You don't have to be a member of the Pride. You get a scarf, and then they use that money to do stuff for the supporters group. It's all goes back into them. It's not like anyone's taking the money and they're like, well, how do you do it? They're like, well, we sell our own merch, so whoever wants merch can buy merch, so they don't have to, and that's how we support it. And it's like, all the people who are joining the Pride want a scarf, first of all. I'm going to assume 99% if you join the Pride, you join a supporter group, you want a fucking scarf. That's part of the deal, to hold up your fucking scarf. Like, that's a lot of it, is to have your scarf. So yes, they want a scarf and they want to support it, and this is how they do it. And it was just like this fucking semantics that, like, no, we just sell merch and use that money. I'm like, you're just moving money around on the table. It's the same fucking shit, and you're just another random ass thing you're using to feel superior for no reason. It's just unnecessary.
Yeah, it's like,
but they were super serious about it. It wasn't just like a good bants.
yeah,
Go ahead.
it's like fucking the band Tragedy. Everyone wanted to suck them off because they didn't have an internet presence. Then you don't know when the fuck they're playing. Like, but everyone's, oh yeah, man, they don't even have a fucking website. Like, they won't get on Facebook. And then like, I'm like, well, when are they fucking coming to Columbus or Cincinnati? You don't fucking know. But
This
like,
guy drive past the right telephone pole.
yeah, and everyone wants a high five for it. It's like, come on, man. Like, so then, yeah, the ticket allotment. What does it take to get through people's head? All of this was set before we knew who we were playing. And if we were playing anyone but Detroit, you wouldn't hear a peep because we wouldn't sell more than 5 away tickets. We just wouldn't. And obviously, FCC is going to think about their fans first. We're playing at this small venue. You want our fans there. We gave them the allotment that we have to give them.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, I do remember we had the potential of playing Columbus Crew in our first year in the U.S. Open Cup, but we lost the round before. And I know we were all butthurt that they were going to host the game in a smaller venue because we were thinking, oh, we're going to bring fucking 5,000 people to Columbus and they're going to screw us. So, like, I understand. We were naive. I don't think we all really understood, like, how it works. Now, on our side, we all know, like, this has to be selected way in advance. There's no way we could move it to Nippert. That's just the facts. And unfortunately, in this round last year, like, we didn't draw enough. They made the right decision because these tickets weren't selling like hotcakes. So I wish they would stop playing the victims, this whole internet thing. Like, we're going to make sure this never happens to another team again. It's like, all right, fucking...
No one's going to remember this next year unless we play them.
No one's ever going to remember this. Yeah, it's not going to fucking matter because if we played anyone else, no one's going to travel. Like,
we're not going to give them more than we need to in our small stadium. They're like, just give us more. Like, we're not just going to give you more of the seats that FCC fans are going to buy. This is kind of how it works. And yeah, it's shitty that barely anyone's going to get a chance to buy them. But the fact that it's in this small stadium, they're not going to change the rules at the last second to give them. And if they were really confident, there was a week or 2 weeks to buy general tickets after season ticket members, and anybody could have bought those tickets. I understand not buying them at the time because, I mean, they barely won the game, but that was a possibility. And if you do the percentages, if this was at Nippert and we were giving them a percentage allotment that's the same, they would have had like 900 tickets. So think about that, folks. That's math.
Yeah. I mean, I wish that last year in this round when we played Louisville, we would have sold out Nippert. And then they would have booked Nippert again for this round. I don't know why no one fucking went to that game. It's our biggest rival.
I guess we just hate Wednesdays. I don't know what to do, unless it's some MLS team.
Yeah, people didn't go, so there you have it. It's got nothing to do with Detroit. Yeah, I just want this to be over. Never want to deal with them ever again. They've proven themselves to be fucking humorless douchebags. But I will say, a lot of people have appreciated the Knifey Lion radio videos, so that's great. A lot of the banter from the FCC side is fucking really embarrassing. I wish it had to go through us first, and we could approve it. Some of it's shit. It's just like, oh god, stop.
The stuff I hate is I don't give a fuck about Detroit, the city, like not in like a negative way. It's just like not. I don't think about Detroit, but when people are like, your city's a hellhole and blah blah, like they and Detroit are two separate things to me. Like your city's bankrupt, fuck your team, like that kind of stuff is just lame to me.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Like our city's got fucking embarrassing problems, racist cops like everywhere else.
Like there's enough meat on the bone with the actual team that you could just rip on their supporters. That's good enough.
Yeah.
But before we move off, if you haven't watched the Copa 90, the original video on the Copa 90 YouTube account, just look up Detroit City Copa 90, and that's where all those videos came from. And the famous moment where they're talking about the creation of the supporters group. I knew we were onto something when I emailed Jim Bob over there. And he's like, here's what I'm thinking. I'm liking smoke. I'm liking flares. I'm liking skulls. And the first thing that comes to my mind is you and every other fucking team in the entire planet, like smoke, flares, and skulls. Everyone does that. They'll have to wear that scarlet letter for the rest of their existence because I'm going to really enjoy making fun of that video for as long as it has something to it. What do you think about the actual game? Do you have any thoughts, Zach, besides just being fearful of losing after all this shit talking?
Yeah, my thoughts are, well, one, Forrest Lasso being out for Saturday, I guess is good because maybe he wouldn't have started this game for all I know.
Could be him and Patty Barrett, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, whether it's Deckel or Patty, they'll both fucking be enforcers back there. I think we've got to crush them. There's just no way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to sound overconfident, but we just have too much talent.
I don't know if I want a Cicerone experiment or something. I want like bench players I've seen, even though Cicerone had a good preseason and this would be the time to play him. Maybe I'll eat my words and he'll score a hat trick. But like I've just gotten maybe unnecessarily nervous and I want to see some familiar faces out there, but who don't get a lot of playing time. Just get Lance Lang back out there. Just fucking shoot some rockets at their tiny keeper. And I'm not too proud to block Detroit City people if we lose the game either, because I don't want it on my Knifey Lion feed.
Yeah, no, I don't either. Oh god, if we lose this, I might just retire the podcast.
We need MLS that week or something.
Yeah, announce MLS so we can just put this all behind us.
And one last shout out, because I know you're listening, because you're fucking lame. At DCFC, the DC chapter that you didn't know they needed of Detroit City FC, who just did not get any of the Knifey Lion radio jokes on Twitter, even when Detroit fans themselves seem to be enjoying them. God bless you. You go through life just completely oblivious to the humor around you. And you end up getting royally flamed by a fucking loser like me. It's got to be rough.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to apologize for anything, but I am sorry some of our fan base actually thought you guys went to Cincinnati Children's Hospital and gave it the finger.
That was pretty funny.
Went to the zoo and gave the finger to a baby hippo.
Went back in time.
Went back in. Truly classless.
I think some people thought that he photoshopped that too. Or, I'm assuming, hopefully no one thought he had a time machine, but they're like, oh, this one's in black and white. Oh, it's artistic.
Yeah, or,
the sticker. Oh, God, sticker gate.
Sticker. Yeah, sticker gate. Jesus Christ. You guys put that's vandalism. Jesus.
I could give a fuck.
Sometimes I'm just ashamed, but.
What someone on Reddit said, if you're listening, sorry, I have to call you out. Luckily, I don't know your name. Fucking scum. After the sticker debacle, fucking scum. I was like, Jesus, I know. The guy was zoomed in from far back. It would look like a fucking, I don't know, bird shit on it.
Yeah, I just want to say, most of us know It's no big deal. It's funny to me. It's all good.
Yeah, you didn't like rip a seat out and steal it or something.
Yeah, none of that shit bothers me. I'm like, we're obviously all about just like a back and forth. We're not always gonna think everything's funny, but some people are just made this no fun. That's the problem.
And now, like, I'm associating our no fun with their no fun, and I just want them to go away forever. So hopefully we crush them when that happens.
I don't envision any fans on either side being fucking violent. They've never shown. The only thing I worry about is if they overload that garage and some fucking asshole UC cops do something stupid and try to arrest people for,
I've never seen a UC
smoke or
cop do
whatever
anything
else, like.
inappropriate, though, especially on video.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my only concern. I'm not trying to like put that out into the universe, but I don't think fans are fans. I think everyone's pretty level-headed when it push comes to shove. Hopefully.
That's enough about Detroit City. Unless you have any parting words for the Skeleton Gloves.
No, whatever.
I might have said it all.
I can't wait for this game to be over, but I'm sure we're gonna fucking crush Detroit, so it's all good.
All right, so this week we'll do a really quick, it's back edition of Stadium Status.
Stadium Status.
Some stuff came out to give us, put a little chill over us for a second that at the last second the CBA they were going to try to extort us, as the radio would tell you, to get some crazy amount of shit and that it could throw this into jeopardy. It seems to be a lot of BS. The rant I have down, during this whole process, you contort yourself into being okay with Bill Cunningham on 700 WLW because he's pushing a similar agenda for once. But now that you can see, this was on a Friday when he put out this, he said he got a super secret, top secret email about all this. You can see he's just using FCC to, promote himself, pretending he's got secret info, but it's mostly bullshit. So we should, let's be clear that Bill Cunningham is a huge piece of shit. I called him a mangled wax-faced version of the senile Cubs owner in Rookie of the Year. So if you want to Google that, it's pretty accurate, I feel like. West End does not look like Aleppo. Do I need to say that out loud? Does that need to be said? Does not look like Aleppo. Your face does, I said. He's probably listening. He's a big fan of the podcast. And this stadium shit has made for some strange bedfellows, but when it's all said and done, hopefully with a stadium, let's remember where these clowns stand on every other issue and separate ourselves from people like that. That's all I have to say. Zach, Bill Cunningham, you really like him? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious what I feel about him. I mean, I don't usually like to promote violence on the podcast, but I would love to see him out in real life sometime wearing his fucking Stars and Stripes button-up shirt. Yeah, a scumbag of the highest order. What else can you say about him?
Clearly a sticker putter on her.
Yeah, that guy's putting stickers on some shit for sure. Who knows what else?
Barack Hussein Obama. That's how he first got national notoriety, because I remember he introduced Romney or something, and he kept like overemphasizing the Hussein part of his name, like we were going to be like, oh, you're like, we know his name, bro. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because he's hyping up this, like he's acting like he's doing it in good faith, but the fact it came out on a slow Friday to me meant it was bullshit. And it just I did see somebody, a Reddit person, say, congratulations, Sacramento and Detroit. And I said, like, take a fucking hike, bro. After all this, you're still doing that. One bad thing, not even bad happens. You're like, oh, guess we fucking blew it. Like, don't listen to any of this fucking white noise. Jesus Christ.
Bill Cunningham, you are officially uninvited
to the podcast. I was going to say, you're officially welcome to the former alt-right haircut styles of Jimmy McLaughlin. Let's get MLS. That would be cool. Can we be part of the MLS? That would be great. I've actually been watching a lot of MLS, so I'll feel like I've been wasting my time if we don't get this bid soon. Zach, any final thoughts on the game?
Final thoughts. Detroit Wednesday. I'm saying 4-0, and it's been the most annoying week of social media that I can really recall. I think we've all shown our worst sides. So let's just move on past this.
Everyone but KLR on Twitter.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy your vacation.
All right. Thanks. Bye, everyone.
All right, folks. It's officially just me left here, which might make some of you uncomfortable, but got a baby sleeping, got a toddler sleeping. But I want to give you one chant just for bearing with us on this really strange week. It's been a busy weekend. It's hard to put this podcast together. People out of town, people on vacation for some reason, children, Mother's Day. But, you know, we got to pump out the product. I need an episode Monday, even if it's trash. I'm not saying it's trash, but even if it is, got to put it out there. But so for a chant this week, this one goes out to Justin Hoyt. It's to the tune of Irreplaceable by Beyonce. Assuming he's on the left. All right.
To the left, every single time, pass the ball to the left. Yes, I'm open, you see these hands, it's not a question, these are demands. So keep playing it back, that's fine, cause Thierry Henry calls me all the time. It's my name that's on my back, that's how you know where the fuck you should pass it. Standing by the sidelines, telling Koch how you're such a fool, how I'm the only man you should think of passing to. Don't overthink this, you must not know about me, you must not know about me. I'll just be on the wing for a minute, actually more like all 90 minutes, baby, thank you.
Prid North, Diane Schlag, Queen City Mafia, Lindner's Ladies, Jimmy's Kids, Queen City Orphans. You'll all be singing that. Voice crack, Jesus Christ. So yeah, my final thoughts. I just want to shout out all the love Knifey Line Twitter's gotten this week in this war from hell. As usual, though, in first place, Louisville lost too. So, shit stays the same. It's like the last game didn't even effing happen. Hold hands with a loved one. Quietly rise together.